Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to a brand new FanBoyPotion predictions video for WWE Backlash 2016. It has been a while since Backlash has actually been a pay-per-view. I think maybe like, what, 09 maybe, or 2010? I don't remember exactly which year it was, but it certainly has been a long, long while since Backlash was live. Of course, this will also be, interestingly enough, the very first Smackdown only pay-per-view, so that's pretty exciting, which means that, of course, the Smackdown only roster will be competing on this particular show, and of course, it will also be the culmination of two different championship tournaments, including the six-pack challenge for the Smackdown Women's Champion, as well as, on top of that, the conclusion of the tag team tournament taking place as well. So pretty well-versed group of big events, I would say, occurring at the Backlash event. And of course, it will all be headlined by AJ Styles' attempt to gain his very first major title in the WWE as he takes on the current WWE champion, and that is Dean Ambrose. So let's get rock and rolling and let's discuss things here one by one for the match card. Let me know what your opinion is for the matches down in the comments section below. So leave your opinions and thoughts down below. Looking forward to hear what you guys think, what you guys predict, and so on and so forth. So let's kick things off with the Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt matchup. This match was very kind of haphazardly put together. It was kind of teased even before the Brock Lesnar and Randy Orton matchup that occurred at SummerSlam, which just kind of happened. I'm not sure. I know that people say the point of that match was to make Brock look strong again or something along those lines. I'm not sure what it did. I mean, it was just kind of like, okay, that ended. So after all the way that went, I'm guessing that they want to go on ahead and rebuild Randy Orton back up, which is why that I am going to go ahead and predict that Randy Orton will be Orton will be the one that will be walking away here with the victory over Bray Wyatt. Personally, do I think that's the right move? Nope, because I do not understand why is it that they don't see anything in Bray Wyatt. I think he is criminally underutilized, and at this point, honestly, though, like, he just needs to either be repackaged, go away and, like, repackage himself, or just give some time to pass, because otherwise I just don't think that people believe in him as a main event caliber performer. Hopefully I'm wrong, and hopefully this might be the rebuilding blocks for Bray Wyatt, where he wins and then gets to get catapulted into the main event picture. So, with that in mind, let's move on to the finals of the SmackDown Tag Team Tournament to crown the very first champions of the SmackDown Tag titles, which will, of course, feature Rhyno and Heath Slater taking on the winners of the Usos and the Hype Bros, because of the events that occurred between the Usos and the American Alpha, where they were injured and so on and so forth. And I think that was really, really, really cool and smart booking, because it kind of sets up the Usos now as the heels of the tag team division. I think they are the ones that will be walking away ultimately from Backlash as champions for the first time. I think there's a lot more sense in having, you know what, maybe even Heath and Rhyno chase them down for those belts. I think that's the more likely scenario there. So I think that the Usos will probably win this match, win their match against the Hype Bros, and then after that go on to be victorious against Rhyno and Heath Slater. My only kind of reassuring thing about maybe Rhyno and Heath Slater getting their chance here to shine is the fact that the Usos will have to have wrestled another match before this, so there could be somewhat of an excuse for them to lose to Rhyno and Heath Slater, and then maybe they get a rematch on SmackDown, defeat them, and then they get onwards and forwards to their feud against American Alpha. That's kind of the trajectory that I am personally expecting. All right, so with that in mind, that is my prediction for the first tag team champions, and as far as who they will be in terms of the crowning achievement of that particular title. And then we move on to another first, and that is the first SmackDown Women's Champion, which will feature a six-pack challenge where Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, Carmella, Natalya, Alexa Bliss, and Naomi will all battle over the honor to be called the very first SmackDown Women's Champion. The obvious choice, the one that is blatantly right in front of us, and it's like, no duh, is obviously Nikki Bella. She just made her return. It's very safe for her to put the belt on her. She is very marketable, obviously. She's got the new Total Bella show coming up, so everything really kind of points towards her, in my opinion, being the one that walks out of this thing as the winner. So if I had to just like bet, just like using nothing but my mind, like thinking and being smart about it, so to speak, I'd pick Nikki Bella without a doubt. That being said, I think that it would be much better for Becky Lynch to be victorious, or maybe even Alexa Bliss, because I think Alexa Bliss has shown to be a very, 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 very good heel, and I think that honestly, it wouldn't be the worst idea to have her be the winner and then have Nikki and maybe even Becky chase her for that championship, because I think that could be potentially a pretty intriguing storyline on SmackDown. Now, since the Raw Women's Champion is a heel right now, I think that there's a better chance of a babyface champion being selected for SmackDown, but I really don't see them going ahead and giving the belt to Becky Lynch right now. So I think that if I had to pick again, Becky Lynch would not be the one that would be victorious. That would be the one that I would want to see win. Her and Alexa Bliss, I should say, that is. And then the one that I think will be winning is Nikki Bella. That was quite possibly the most confusing sentence I've ever said in any video I've ever done. So I apologize about that. All right, let's move on to the Intercontinental Championship, as The Miz will be defending against Dolph Ziggler. I absolutely love what The Miz has been doing as of late. I think he is, quite honestly, probably the best pure heel in the company as a whole, not just on SmackDown, in the entirety of the company. He's not a guy who's like in between. He is a heel. People don't like him. He does things that heels do. It makes sense. It works. It's very well built. And in my opinion, he's been doing a tremendous job. So because of that, I want The Miz to continue to be champion for the foreseeable future until a more credible threat comes along, because Dolph Ziggler has just been kind of the guy that, honestly, like what he cut the promo, like last month, I think was probably the last opportunity to make something of Dolph Ziggler, something greater, so to speak, of him, to make Dolph Ziggler great again, I guess. But I just think that because he didn't, he just once again lived up to the whole notion of, well, you've lost once again, and why are the people going to believe you or believe in you again? So for me, Miz wins and retains the Intercontinental Championship and gold. Now, with that being said, what do I think about the main event of the evening, where Dean Ambrose will face off against AJ Styles? I would love for AJ Styles to win. I don't think it will happen. I think they will continue to keep the belt on Dean Ambrose. I honestly have not been a fan of Dean Ambrose in this particular feud. I think I really liked the promos that Dean Ambrose was cutting against Dolph Ziggler. They were a lot more serious. They were a lot more kind of Dean Ambrose-y, I guess. The promos that he cut against AJ have just been all like goo goo gaga, I'm the top baby face, hilarious soccer mom haircut jokes that are not actually hilarious at all. And I just do not like the way that Dean Ambrose was being portrayed or allowed himself to be portrayed on TV over the last few weeks already. That being said, if I had to pick who has to win, which is exactly what the predictions are about, obviously, I'm going to go ahead and select Dean Ambrose to walk away with the title, because I honestly just do not see them going like, okay, yeah, let's trust in AJ and give him the chance here to win. I think that they're most likely kind of just going to use the fact that AJ Styles defeated John Cena to then catapult Dean Ambrose forwards and say like, oh, he defeated John Cena, but then you defeated him. So it's kind of that, like, you know, wrestling math where like, oh, are you better than John Cena? And then you can potentially set up either Dean Ambrose versus John Cena or Dean Ambrose versus Randy Orton, depending on if Randy walks away with the victory earlier on in the night. Now, the thing I think should happen, because I think that could really make a lot of sense, especially with kind of them somewhat hinting at it at certain points, was to maybe turn Dean Ambrose heel and AJ Styles becomes the babyface, and then it would make a little bit more sense for Dean Ambrose to win if he wins in some sort of a cheap manner, because then you could even set up a rematch down the line between these two, and it would still make sense, and it would still work by all accounts. So again, that's just my personal opinion as far as the main event goes. I think that Dean Ambrose will be walking away with the title no matter what, whether he becomes heel or stays babyface or whatever he is kind of in between, I guess. I think that he will be walking away as champion still from Backlash and still holding that WWE title around his waist or shoulder. So, with that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear what you guys think. Who do you think will be walking away as the winner? Will it be Dean Ambrose or will it be AJ Styles' finally time? Will he finally get some gold in the company? Will he finally achieve one of the ultimate honors, and that is to become champion? Or will it be, of course, Dean Ambrose's reign to continue into the future and continue to be the top talent representing SmackDown? And that in mind, ladies and gentlemen, drop a like if you guys enjoyed the predictions video. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. See you laters, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.